So I'm here with Dennis Roberts, general contractor for Paradyme Storage. He's done some amazing things, including complete our building C in record time. I think you finished this entire building in about 8 months?
Yeah, we got started in around October. We had a few hiccups right off the bat, but we were able to overcome some of that. Building D is moving at a much quicker pace. We have everything pretty much figured out that we had any issues with right away. So we're there.
I've known Dennis for a long time, strong member of our community. He has so much knowledge that really has helped take Paradyme Storage to the next level. And as he talked about, he's a very modest and humble man, but building C was actually an amazing success. I think to build this much square footage in such a short period of time was truly amazing. And that's allowed us to help our momentum of sales, transfer over to building D. So Dennis, tell us a little bit again, during the course of construction in Building C, what were some things that, at least from a quality control standpoint, that you thought were important to really look over so that Ryan and company could deliver a strong product?
Yeah, we looked over the plans right away, identified a few areas that I thought could actually be an improvement. We have thickened edges in areas that weren't engineered for that, only so that our pavement lasts longer and performs better. We found some difficulty with some of the detailing on the building that really didn't give the quality finish that we liked. And so we had the engineers go back and reevaluate that and give us a different product to finish things.
Now remember, Paradyme Storage is a very upgraded product compared to the market. So Dennis really had to ensure that the insulation, the air conditioning, all of those things that typically don't get installed in storage units were really constructed properly. So Dennis, talk a little bit through that, the insulation, the climate control.
It's as high end of a unit as you can make out of a steel building. We have fully insulated walls, back walls, ceiling. Then we have cladded each of the walls in both sides with a steel panel that gives not only more protection for the insulation, which would fall apart and be more difficult to maintain, but gives a finish to it that is bar none. It looks really good.
The units are so upgraded that I actually found myself in a buyer showing one afternoon, and I happened to walk through a unit and I noticed that in addition to the electrical panel, there was also a 50 amp RV hookup. That must have been a decision made in the field to upgrade that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think any owner who wants to be able to get off the road, pull his unit in and get plugged in right away is gonna need that. We had no problem making sure we made that happen.
Truly amazing. So you pull into this unit, you don't even have to get out and crank your door, you just hit the button and the door opens up. Then you're pulling into an insulated unit that has air conditioning, and then you could simply screw the trickle charger, you're going into a 50 amp plug.
Yeah, and that'll run most buses. I mean, very few buses are gonna pull full 50 just sitting there. So your bus is fully operational inside the unit.
Dennis, I saw you here sometimes 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, overseeing the concrete installation. That was amazing. I mean, they were pouring thousands of yards a day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of the job. In the summer months when the heat is on, we want to place concrete as early as we can. Heat hydration is your enemy on finishing. So to get the quality finishes that we're really looking for, we have to start very early to make it all happen.
So now we're moving into building D. The market's very excited about that. 70-foot drive-thrus, 80-foot drive-thrus, 100-foot drive-thrus.
Yeah.
These are bigger units. Is anything going to change as far as the process for building D in regards to construction?
We do have a little bit of a change. We have moment frames. Those are structural elements that allow us to take out the center partition wall and have these drive-thrus. If it is something that a client doesn't want, we create that partition again, and then we have 2 separate units.
Yeah, really, again, just taking it to the next level and again and again and again. So now you have these 100-foot drive-thrus, and you set these units up in a way that even if the end user is buying one drive-thru in the future for resale or for functionality or for an investment use, they can actually come back and reframe in that partition wall. Now they have 2 50-foot units.
They have 2 units and both can be sold individually.
Absolutely genius. In addition to building D, our owner and developer Ryan Garland is remaining bullish and actually moving forward to building E and building F, where contractors are actually on site right now framing that up. So tell us about building E and F.
Building E is going to very much emulate A and B, and it'll have the pop outs. It has really nice architectural flair. We have some really wide units, 28 footers in there, along with that 14 footer. And then F is going to be a surprise. We've really knocked that one out of the park. We have some units in there that are going to be epic. So I'm really going to wait and show you that once we have the plans.
Will you tell me the surprise off camera?
I will.
Okay, cool. And then lastly, building G. They're calling it Millionaires Row. Big, massive 28 by 70, 80 foot deep units, totally crazy with balconies overlooking the entire lake. That sounds amazing.
It is pretty cool. And once we get there, it's going to change the whole perspective of all this property. It's going to provide a really fantastic unit that you can customize, make it your own. It's going to be pretty cool.
Paradyme Storage doing some amazing things, including its selection of its general contractor, Dennis Roberts. He's absolutely outstanding. He's on site pretty much all the time, so if anyone happens to drive through, he's a very friendly guy, and I'm sure he'll answer any of your questions if you're walking through. But Dennis, thank you so much for the time.
You got it.
And thank you guys so much for all of your interest here at Paradyme Storage.